Hello, and welcome to my channel. So, just a quick introduction. I'm gonna be making film reviews here on YouTube, and that's it basically. But before I start uploading reviews on this channel, I want to discuss a couple of things first. For example, questions like what kind of movies am I gonna review, what's my upload schedule gonna be like, etc. And I decided that my first reviews will be of movies that I've always wanted to review, movies that have some special significance for me. But in between those retro reviews, I'll also be talking about more recent films. So there's gonna be a good mix of old and new movies in my reviews. As for my upload schedule, keep in mind this channel is a side hobby for me. So I'm gonna be making videos whenever I'm able to, basically. But if things go smoothly, I might be able to maintain a schedule of 1 or 2 videos a month. My reviews will also have a basic format. It's just gonna be me in my room talking about the movie, and I'll be using film clips with my commentary. I'd like to start with a quick recap of the plot, followed by my critical assessment of the movie itself. I estimate the length of my videos will be somewhere around 15-20 minutes. And somewhere down the line, I might make longer, more in-depth videos, like retrospective, video essays, things like that. Another thing I want to discuss is the inspiration behind the channel name, the guy from Row 9. Kinda a random name for a YouTube channel, I admit, but there's a reason behind it. So I've been an avid moviegoer pretty much my whole life. And lately I've noticed that whenever I go see a movie nowadays, the cinemas look more and more empty. Granted, I don't live in a densely populated country. Here in Iceland, the total number of people is a little under 400,000. However, this sort of thing has been happening to cinemas all over the world. And it's not surprising considering that we've had pandemic lockdowns and now movies are available on streaming services within a year after arriving in theaters. It makes sense that people would rather enjoy a cinematic experience at home nowadays. However, the movie theater still holds a very special appeal for me, because to me, nothing beats the sensation of stepping into a dark movie theater where you leave the world behind you, you sit down, and immerse yourself in a movie completely for 2 hours. And even though I live in a small country, I can attest that people used to be much more active in going to the cinema. Whenever a major Hollywood movie came out in theaters, there was always crowds of people lining up to see it on opening weekend. But nowadays, it seems that not even major Hollywood blockbusters manage to fill up an entire theater, even on opening weekend. My last experience at a truly packed theater was the Barbie movie 2 years ago. Anyhow, going back to what I said about the origin of the channel name, I've been seeing a lot of these posts on social media where people go see a movie in theaters on opening weekend and they notice the theater is virtually empty except maybe for a few people, where typically you have this one couple sitting somewhere in the back, and near the front row there's always that lone guy by himself in row 6 or row 8 or whatever. You know what I mean, right? That one die-hard cinema goer who always shows up for a movie no matter what. For example, this is an image taken in one of the local theaters in my area. It's actually one of the largest theaters here in the city, and it's the one with the largest movie screen anywhere around. And this was taken during a Friday night showing of Novocaine. You know, that action comedy starring Jack Quaid. And you can see there's basically no one there except for that one guy near the front row. And it's just funny to me because I've been that guy. I often go to the cinema at random times. I might be enjoying a quiet evening at home, and suddenly I decide to go to the movies at the theater that's the closest to my house. And I'll pick the first available seat, which is typically in, you guessed it, row number 9. And that's where the channel name comes from, basically. And I thought it was a good name because it perfectly describes my recent cinema going experience, and I just think it has a nice ring to it. Anyway, on a final note, I just want to say that despite this whole thing with empty movie theaters becoming a meme nowadays, I still find the situation kind of sad because cinemas are a business and they need to make a profit to keep going. And if this is the current state of cinema, then who knows what will happen to the industry in the long run. In the neighborhood I grew up in, there's a theater where I saw my very first movies in the cinema. Movies like Batman Forever and Pixar's first feature film, Toy Story. And last I heard, that theater, which has been operating for more than 40 years, that particular property has now been sold off. And I don't know what's going to happen with it, but most likely they're going to take that space and convert it into something else. And that's just how things are. But I can't help but feel when that theater closes down, it's like my old neighborhood is losing a part of its heart and soul. You know that Peter Bogdanovich film, The Last Picture Show? It's like that scene where the old movie house in town finally closes down and you can sense that a part of the town just died with it. And that's exactly what it feels like if the theater in my old neighborhood also closes down for good. Well, anyway, I'm sure cinemas will continue to live on for a very long time. And as long as they're around, I'll always be that guy, the guy from row 9. Well, that's all I have to say in this intro video for my channel. My next review should be coming out sometime soon. So in the meantime, just find yourself a good movie to watch, sit back and enjoy the show, and I'll see you next time.